Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are fine and doing well. So we have discussed different topics regarding your international business. I think we have discussed some case studies. What I can do is we have discussed export and imports as well. So I will do some research regarding exports and imports of our neighbor countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and China, what they are doing regarding their export and import in other countries as well. So we should learn it on practical basis. As I have said on my first class, in every class, that it's very important for you to learn these subjects on a practical basis, not theoretical basis. So if you're working on tariffs, on tariff departments, on tax departments, so you should know what you need to do. You should know different policies regarding tariffs. You should know how to apply tariffs. You should know which type of tariffs you need to use. You should know all these things on a practical basis. Even sometime the other subject which I'm teaching is training and development for 8th semester, is same thing. So if you study what is training and development, for example, what is training, how to conduct training, then at the end you don't know how to practically organize a training program. So what's the point of studying that subject? So same thing for international business. So if you don't know how to control imports, if you don't know what's the export, if you don't know how to for example consider cultural issues practically on practical basis, so I think it's a waste of your time that you are spending on international business. So it's very important for you to read slides, do more research, just don't depend on these slides. It's very important for you to go and find more important news, important reports, what's happening, what are happening in the global economy, what's the different so that's why it's very important to find out, and it's also very important to know this topic on practical basis, so it can help you on your day-to-day life. So today I want to discuss one important topic in international business, which is global recruitment. Overall, it's as you can see, there are many foreigners working in other countries, millions of Indians working in USA, Americans are working in Arab countries, Arabs are working in non-Arab countries, Europeans are working in Asia, Asians are working in Europe. So how does it works? Why they hire a person outside their country? Why they recruit employees from different part of the world? As we have discussed in globalization, that today's organization are more diverse. People are working from different cultures, from different backgrounds, from different religious backgrounds, cultural issue, country, nationalities, are working in under a single roof. So it's all because of globalization. So nowadays, for example, Indian is working in a French company in Africa, for example. So that's all about global recruitment. So what are the benefits of doing this? What are the reasons that the companies are willing to hire a person outside from another country, from foreign country? Why they hire foreigners for their top employees? Why they send their own national employees to other countries? So these are the reasons regarding global recruitment. So we will discuss all these different types of global recruitment, so it can be easy for you to understand the reasons behind employees working in other countries. So recruitment means the searching for prospective candidates and stimulating them to apply for jobs. Candidates attract a large number of qualified Recruitment attracts a large number of qualified applicants who desire to work in the company. The recruitment information given by the global companies help the qualified candidate who are willing to work to send their resume along with a letter expressing their desire to work. So we all know when you are applying for a job, you send them your CV, you send them motivational letter or your letter why you want to work in that company, how it will benefit you. So that's all about regarding recruitment. So there are different recruitment processes which you have studied or you will study in human resource management. Selecting in recruitment process, how to select a candidate, what are the steps you need to follow, why you need to follow. So that's what. So sources of global recruitment, there are three sources, which is parent country national, host country national, and third country national. Parent country national, host country national, and third country national. Parent country nationals are employees from the company's headquarter, which is located. Employees are the citizen of a country which the headquarter is located. For example, American company, yes, they recruited American company operating in Afghanistan, and their CEO and top management are from USA. That's called parent country national. Choosing your own people, because this is American company, the headquarter is in Washington, and now you are choosing American citizen to be the head of a company in Afghanistan. So that's called parent country national. Host country national, American company working in Afghanistan, and their management, top management, everyone, the key position are Afghans. So that's host country, because your company is hosting in another country. Host your company. So in Afghanistan, American company in Afghanistan, their all employees are Afghan. That's when you're choosing host country nationals. Regarding third country national, that means that a company, American company operating in Afghanistan, their top management are Indians. So that's called third country, because it's American company, headquarter in Washington, operating in Afghanistan. So they are not choosing American, they are not choosing Afghan, they are recruiting a person from third country, from another country, from India, from UK, from Italy, from Germany, from another country, and hire him in order to run a company in Afghanistan. So that's called third country national. So we will discuss each and every point in full detail, the advantage and disadvantages of having host country, parent country, and third country national. Parent country nationals. Parent country national are employees of a company or its subsidiaries located in various countries who are the citizen of the country where the company's headquarters are located. Parent country national is international business normally, or manager, head of subsidiary companies, technicians, troubleshooter, and experts. So this top level management, and they visit subsidiary companies in operation to help them in carry out their operation, to make sure that they run smoothly, to provide advice and control them. However, sending parent country national involve cost and cause ego and culture problem. So there is one thing, when you're sending a person parent country national, there is one issue that require high cost. For example, a company, American company in Afghanistan, and their CEO is also from America. He's American citizen. So what will happen when he come to Afghanistan? You must give him travel expense, insurance, hair, security, house, every facility you must provide to your top management, because you are spending a lot of money. So what's the point? So it will increase your cost, because you are giving him different securities issues, travel expenses, travel insurance, and different facilities you need to give. Because when you are giving the same facility to Americans in USA, you must give them the same facility, same type of salary, high salary. So it will increase your cost as well in another country. So that's another reason behind, that's the disadvantage of parent country national when you are using a parent country national recruiting. Next disadvantage is cultural problems. Most of the time, or sometime, they might not be aware of cultural norms, which we have discussed, norms and values of culture. they might not be aware of the culture in other countries. His decision might not affect, his decision might fail the company because he don't know what's the culture in that country. He don't have experience behaving. How is the behavior of employees? How is the behavior of let's say government, corruption issues, other issues? So he is not aware of anything. He don't have experience of working abroad, working in another country, so it will affect a company. So these are the two main disadvantages of recruiting a parent country national to run a company in another country. So next one, host country national. Host country nationals are the employees of the company's subsidiary who are the citizen of the country where the subsidiary is located. As we have said, is an employee where the company is located. So a company, American company operating in Afghanistan, and their all employees are Afghans, so they are choosing Afghan nationals. That's called host country national. So the advantage, they are familiar with native culture. These Afghans are familiar with their country culture. They know what's how behavior, different issues, what's happening. They know what the rules and regulation regarding the business. They know timing, they know cultural issue. They have experience working in their own country. So these are advantages. They are familiar with local business norm and practices. What are the norms and practices that people are following, different business norms that they are following it. Now, so what's the disadvantage? However, there are certain disadvantages associated with the host country national. These include they are not familiar with the objective, goals and strategies of the parent company. One thing, there is a gap, communication gap between the location and the headquarter, because there is a gap. It's not clear. You need to provide them training, you need to explain them each and everything, that this is our company, this is how we work, this is our objective, this is our plan. So that's different. That takes a lot of time to train an individual regarding different training programs, regarding objective, regarding different strategies of the company. It takes time. It's not like they don't know, they will not learn, but it will take a lot of time on this matter. They are unaware of the needs of the headquarters. There might be issue between, as I said, they know they might have issue. They will not be aware of what is happening, what our headquarter wants, what is their requirement. They view the company only from local perspective rather than from the global perspective. So they view that regarding the so they view company from a local perspective rather than from global perspective, because they are not having experience on global. They might not have experience on global market, what's happening in other countries or some other issues. So that's why they will face problems. So that's called parent country nationals. So there are approaches which we will talk. Third country national is, as I have said, there is example where a company headquarters is located one country, operating in another, in recruiting employees from another country, from third country. For example, now in Afghanistan, the best example is Etisalat. Etisalat is Arab based country, which is Arab country company located in UAE, Dubai, and operating in Afghanistan, and their CEO is from United Kingdom, so he's a British. So that's called third country national. So for example, Mr. Akil, an Indian citizen, is working for an American subsidiary in France. Mr. Akil is called third country national, is an employee of a company's subsidiary located in a country which is not his home country. The software professional of India who work in American subsidiary located in various countries of Europe are called third country nationals. So that's called third country national. Now there is a global selection process. So global selection, that's what we have discussed. Recruitment. Now the selection, there is a process called, there's three main process: ethnocentric, polycentric and geocentric approach, which is the same thing which we have discussed in parent country national, host country national, and third country national. So these are just selection approaches to global. So global selection approach, selection policy is vital on global business as it deals with the various types of people, jobs and placement. In fact, selection policy contribute for the achievement of the strategic goal of global business, which means thinking globally and acting locally. There are three types of approaches followed in selection policies in global businesses: the ethnocentric approach, polycentric approach and geocentric approach. Ethnocentric approach: under this approach, parent country nationals are selected for all the key management jobs. This approach was widely followed by Procter and Gamble, Philips, Toyota, and there are many companies. When Philips filled the important vacancies by Dutch national, non-Dutch employees referred them to as Dutch mafia. Some of the international firms followed this approach due to the following reasons. So ethnocentric approach is when you're choosing your own country nationals to a key job in another country. Procter and Gamble and also Philips and Toyota and these companies are using this. They are using, for example, Dutch national in other companies, and non-Dutch employees refer them. Yes, so non-availability of qualified person in host country, particularly developing country. That's the reason. For example, we have saw that many Americans have used their own citizen to work in Afghanistan because at that time they were not qualified employees. So if they don't find a qualified person to run a company which has almost 500 employees, 1000 employees, it's not easy to manage it. So what happened? They don't have a proper skillful labor there, so they need to hire their parent country national, so they are having experience, so they will send them to another countries. The next one, to maintain a unified corporate culture. Japanese firm mainly follow this reason. P&G also preferred this to maintain unified corporate culture. So you know, a Japanese company operating in Dubai, his head is Japanese citizen. Operating in Afghanistan, Japanese citizen, so they can cooperate with each other. They can have a unified culture, organizational culture, working to each other. Through this approach claims, though this approach claims the above discussion advantages, suffer from the following disadvantages as well. So these approaches have disadvantages as well. When important position of subsidiary are filled with parent country national, the staff of the host country feel frustrated, resulting in low productivity. So sometimes people are not willing to work under a foreigner, so there is a gap of communication skills, so they will face some problem. The subsidiary may fail to understand and respond to the host country culture. Again, the culture issue, if the subsidiary parent, they might not have full information regarding the cultural issues as well. So that's all about may fail to understand the cultural issue. Next one we have, I think, ethnocentric, polycentric approach. Under this approach, the position including the senior management position of subsidiary are filled by host country. So we have discussed what is host country nationals. For example, an Indian company working in Afghanistan, their top senior management are all Afghans. No Indian is working in the company. So the reason for adopting this approach, host country national are familiar with the culture of the country, including business culture, is very easy. Level of job satisfaction of employees of the subsidiary can enhance. It is less expensive as the salary level of host country national is lower than that of host country national in case of MNC advance. So the salary you pay them according to their basis, their national issues. Next one is geocentric approach. Under this approach, the most appropriate candidates are selected for job from any part of the globe. Global firms follow this approach due to the following reasons. So in this approach, it doesn't matter you're Indian, Afghan, Pakistani, Italian, German, American. So what they do, they recruit a person based on their talent, based on the experience they're having, and based on facts that they're having, based on their qualification and based on their experience, everything. So they considered qualification and experience or other qualities that people might have. So they are not considering their culture issue. So why the reasons behind this? To have the most appropriate human resource. So they want to have a talented, skillful employees. It doesn't matter from which country or nationality or culture or religious background they belongs. So to develop the people with multicultural and meet challenges of culture diversity. So they want people to understand different culture and learn how to work in diverse environment, people from different backgrounds, religion, country, how they can manage to work. And also to build a multi-skilling as a core competency and transfer it to all subsidiary to avert the problem of culture myopia and enhance local responsive of the host country. So that's all about this cultural issue. So this is a question which, if you're interested, you can ask how we should maintain good trade relation with our neighbors. So I was planning to discuss this as in class. So we should find out the reasons of good relationship, how we can your plan, your idea, your opinion. But unfortunately there is no class. If you are interested, you can do research on this topic as well. So let me review what we have discussed today. We have discussed sources of global recruitment: parent country national, host country national, and third country national. Then we have discussed selection process, which is ethnocentric approach, geocentric, polycentric approach, and geocentric approach. So in next class I will find do some research regarding the export and import of other countries, our neighbor Pakistan, India. In these countries, what they are exporting, what they are importing, what's the reason, how is their GDP in these things. So what is our import and export. So you can learn on a real basis what's happening around our country. So I see you inshallah in next class. Allah Hafiz.